Hi everyone. So this is our lecture 2, that is Introduction of HTML and how the web works.
All right, so if we start with modern web pages, are built with HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. All three works together. So this is a HTML course. We're gonna focus on HTML, but it helps to understand what fixes in our bigger picture. Because as you have seen, HTML on its own is not exactly enough to build a web page. With neither CSS its own or JavaScript its own. So basically, what is HTML? First of all, we learn HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. It is a fundamental building block of a web development. So HTML is responsible for the content itself on a web page. The images, the links, the tags, the heading, the buttons, the fonts, all of that is HTML. It's the stuff on a page, whereas CSS is the styling that applies to that stuff to make the button purple, to change the content, to change the font, to change the font size, whereas JavaScript is responsible for the behavior or the action of the content on a web page. So its primary role is to structure the content on the web and defining the elements and their relationship with a document. As we move on, next topic, that is foundation of HTML. Like HTML or hypertext markup language is the backbone of a web page. Think of it like the structure of a building. In HTML, you use tags to define different part of your content. For example, H1 is a tag for the main heading, whereas P is for paragraph and IMG is for images. It's all about organizing and presenting information on the web. Here, the small diagram is given where we are just reflecting the structure. We are not giving any CSS to it. So it looks very simple because it's the structure of HTML, where we have buttons, where we have logo, and some elements as well. Heading, like hero image, it's a heading, and this is a paragraph. So this is the basic structure of HTML. Then when we move to the next one, we see the simplicity of HTML. HTML is like the blueprint for a website. It uses simple text to structure content like H1 for main heading, P for paragraph, and IMG for images. And it is widely used because every web page is built on this foundation, creating a consistent and structured way to display information on the internet. Now the question arises here, what is blueprint? So let me explain you what is blueprint. Blueprint refers to a framework that outlines the structure and element of a website. In HTML, the tags and their arrangement act as a blueprint, defining how the content is organized and presented on a web page. It's like a guide that browsers follow to render and display the information in a structured manner. Now you can see we have diagrams here where we represent skeleton as a HTML and skin is CSS and nervous system JS. So we can see how skeleton look like without CSS, like how a HTML look like without CSS. And when we apply CSS on HTML, how good it is looking. It looks attractive. So this is the basic difference that I want to teach you inside HTML and CSS. And think of JavaScript, like here JavaScript is a nervous system. JavaScript makes web pages interactive, handling things like button or updating content. Think of JavaScript like this. If we switch on the fan, we'll start running. If the same switch is turned off, the fan will stop. Playing action. This work is done by JavaScript. So with the help of these three, HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, we make a website. So our next topic is how the web work. Now I want to let you know how a website works. So with the help of this diagram, we understand how web work. This diagram may look a little difficult to see, but once I explain it to you, it will seem easy and you will understand what is happening in the diagram. The first one is user, the person who want to visit a website. Then browser and website URL. Imagine the browser as a car and the website URL as the destination. And the website URL is www.senseacademy.com. The user tells the browser where they want to go by typing the website address, that is URL, into the browser address bar. Then DNS server, think of the DNS, that is domain name system server, as a map. The browser needs to find the actual address, IP address of the website on the internet. The DNS server helps translate the human readable website name into a computer readable IP address. It's like browser knows the website IP address. It sends a request to the server where the website is hosted, saying, I would like to see your content, please. It's similar to asking a store color to show you their product. Website. The server responds by sending back the website content to the browser. This is like the store clerk showing you the product you asked for. User see website. Finally, the browser takes the received content and display it on the user screen. It's similar to you looking at the product in the store. So the user tells the browser where to go. The browser finds the way using the DNS server, talk to the website server, and then shows the website to the user. So in this way, our web works. Hope you understand how web works. Now we will move to the next topic in our upcoming lecture. So I'm going to end this video here on.